Hi, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please do like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And today we are going to be working with the archetypes again. So what I do with these kind of readings is I pick 4 archetype cards which make up your personality. So it's where your current energy is at the moment. You have more than 12 that usually make up your actual personality, but these are where your current energy is. So if that resonates with you, then this will be your reading. If they don't sound like you, but they sound like somebody that you might be inquiring about, maybe a connection that you're wondering about, then stick around because, again, there might be something in there that you want to know about. So before we get into that, I'm going to pick one of the angel cards that will just give us a little bit of information about where your energy is right now, what you need to know. Now, I will tell you, this is the second time I have tried to record this video. So it'd be interesting to see if the same cards come out. There is some little impish energy around tonight that is trying to block me from getting some kind of message out. I don't know why that is. I don't even know what the message is yet, so we shall see. Okay, it's asking me to dig deep. Raise your vibration. Okay, so this could be right now a time where you're feeling a little bit off center. Maybe, yeah, like you're trying to get things started, but it's not happening. There's always something that is getting in the way, is what I'm feeling, or trying to prevent you from moving in the direction that you want to move. And you're wondering, is that because it's not the right way to go? Or is that because it's divine plan? It's something that is doing that to protect me. I'm looking for the book, sorry. So raise your vibration, let's have a look. Does anybody else do that? They have to go through the alphabet to get there. So it's time to move up a level. It's time to fly high. You may have experienced some setbacks or felt low recently, but that is behind you now and you have the opportunity to light up like never before. Everything in the entire universe is comprised of energy, and that energy vibrates, drawing towards its similar energy. So raising your vibration means aligning yourself with situations, people, places and choices that you know will lift you up, support you and help you grow. When this card appears, you've overcome the darkness and are moving into a time of opportunity. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, you can be reborn. Know that angels are acknowledging your commitment to growth. You're filled with inspiration now and attracting only the good. Okay, so this is your time right now to really see, how you can really raise your vibrations. It's a bit like, have you ever had a banana in the fruit bowl and that banana is sat on top of the other fruits and it's starting to go a bit brown, starting to go a bit bad? Or like want a fruit that's started to go rotten. If it's next to another fruit, it'll make the other fruits go rotten as well. So that's kind of this type of energy. If you are sat around what's a lower vibration to how you're trying to be and you're trying to raise your vibration, it's always going to bring your vibration down. So think about the areas of your life where you're maybe in those lower vibrations. Okay, now I'm going to pick the archetype cards to go with this. So again, let me know if this resonates with you, if it sounds like you. If the archetypes do resonate with you, drop a little star down in the comments. I would love to see. We have gossip so far, which that's interesting because like we were saying about raising your vibration, maybe some of the people that you are around at the moment, maybe they gossip and you feel drawn into that gossip and you come away feeling a bit like, oh, I wish I hadn't said that, or I wish I hadn't been drawn into that. It's feeling that energy of being around people where you're like, why am I don't feel like I'm on the same level as these people anymore. We have warrior. So that could be where you've perhaps, you've got a lot of experiences under your belt. Child wounded as well. So yeah, when I say experiences, perhaps even from childhood, you've kind of come through a lot of things. And now you've hit a point in your life where you're like, right, it's time to really focus on me, self-realization and raising my vibrations. And Knight. Okay, so let's go with this one first. So Knight is loyalty, romance and chivalry, a love of honour. It reminds me of the Knight of Cups, so I wouldn't be surprised if this comes out in your reading today. Allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusions. So I feel for some of you, especially with gossip being here as well, that perhaps, you know, you are a romantic person, you have a romantic vision about your life and about how you want things to be. Maybe you've always been quite creative in that sense, where, you know, say if you've got your home, you like to have things a certain way, or you have a thought in your mind of how things will be, maybe even in relationships and things like that as well. It's like there's a romantic way that you like things to be, or you like your partner to be towards you, or how you like to be towards your partner. So I do feel that you do consider other people, and especially now that you are raising those vibrations, you are starting to feel more considerate towards the people that make you feel good. You know, you're honouring what actually makes you feel good. And that brings me to the warrior, because that's what a warrior is, isn't it? They're very honourable and respectful. So strength, skill, discipline and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. But the shadow attributes is trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted onto others. So I feel this is someone that is, you do see yourself as a warrior, or maybe someone has stated that you are a warrior. I do feel quite a masculine energy from this, but you don't have to be masculine watching this, or you may be inquiring about masculine that this sounds like. So I do feel this is someone that's had some traumatic experiences from a child, but because of that, they actually have a lot of compassion. You have a lot of compassion for people that you see have been through similar things to yourself. You know how to talk to people is what I'm feeling from this. You know what people need to hear. Not that you pander to people and indulge them with your words, but you maybe have an ability, if someone's you know, going through a bit of a crisis, you would know how to talk to them. Opens the learning path of forgiveness, awakens compassion and desire to serve others, blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds, resists moving on through forgiveness. So you may have had some relationships that have created some wounding with you, but I feel you're the kind of person that you've taken every experience that's hurt you or upset you, and you've actually made it a string to your bow in knowing exactly what you want. It's almost like the experiences that you've had, you're grateful for, and you have forgiveness for the people in those situations that you were with, because it has helped you to understand what it is that you want and what you don't want in your life. So if that sounds like you, then this is definitely your reading. If it sounds like somebody that you perhaps are interested in, that you are connected to, then stick around, because that still might be a reading that is for you. Let's see what your runes are saying to us today, because this is definitely about somebody that is pulling themselves up and out through finding a different way of life. I feel like you're trying to change your lifestyle. And we have the rune of awareness, manas. So you're becoming very, very aware. You're having this like self-realization that's coming through. I would not be surprised if the judgment card doesn't come out on this one, but I feel that you are starting to lift off some masks and really start to understand a need to express yourself authentically. Because it's like with gossip there, you know, you're starting to talk differently, whereas maybe before, especially with family members, maybe you would have indulged in those kind of situations where we're all gossiping about somebody or something, and now instead you're actually bringing truth in. You're sort of like, actually this is what I think, and it might not agree with what you think, but it's my truth. So there is something about you speaking your truth through this, through your awareness of actually raising your vibrations at this time. Yeah, and commitment to yourself. Like I do feel perhaps you have been listening to someone's advice, someone's guidance, and maybe you've had this guidance and advice all of your life, or for a majority of your life. But now you've hit a point where you're actually like, I don't think I need to listen to you anymore. I think I actually need to listen to me. I need to go within and listen to myself and understand, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm thinking, this is the direction I'm going in, and I am going to commit to myself, to my path. I'm fully aware of who I am and what I want out of my life, and I'm rising raising my vibrations. Oh, I said there, rising my vibrations. Okay, this has come out such a lot. I love it when there's a theme with the runes. I absolutely love it because it really does bring confirmation that this is a collective energy that's riding at the moment, and it's about cycles of natural growth. These things that you've been through, you know, the wounded child, the warrior, this, you know, romantic gestures that have maybe been, or rejections that you've received through your life. There is this feeling of like each and every experience, you're starting to forgive yourself and learn that actually they're all helping you on this journey through life. They're all helping you to raise these vibrations, to really find that power within you to move through your life in an authentic way. That's what I'm getting from that for you. That's what I feel. So I'm going to get some cards now to see what is this current situation. What are you... Well, that was quick. That's the quickest it's ever been, I think. Oh my God, we've got 3 here. Now, you know, I'm going to put those back in. They will come back out if they're meant to. Okay, okay. They're definitely, something's talking to us on here. Okay, so your current situation then at the moment is there is a desire fulfillment. There is something that you are desiring at this time. And maybe it's an aspect of yourself. It's something within your life that you're trying to achieve. But the Fool in reverse is kind of suggesting maybe there's a fear of recklessness here, of moving too fast towards something or taking a risky chance that is going to end badly. So it's almost like a duality that's going on, a bit of a contrast, if you like. So that's your current situation right now. There is definitely something about a need or a desire to be around nature at this time, and finding something quite graceful and embracing and finding that connection with nature. Okay. Now, you could say that that is the ultimate union, self and nature. You know, the two together, it's we can't fully express ourselves one without the other, if that makes sense. You know, the connection that we have when we go and sit in nature or we're around our natural world, it really brings us home to ourselves, doesn't it? Who do you know that doesn't go for a walk or something when they've got something on their mind? You know, we want to be in solitude in nature when we're thinking, when we've got something on our minds. Well, you might not, but most people do. Now, it's a bit like this. Say, for instance, you've got some white letters. Now, if you were to print those white letters onto white paper, you wouldn't be able to see them. It doesn't work. It doesn't go together. You'd need a black background to be able to see the contrast, to be able to see it. So what I'm trying to say with that is basically you can't see fully something unless you've got the right environment for it. Okay. And I feel that this is your current situation right now, is almost like there's a desire that you want to fulfill, but you're not seeing the full picture. You're not being able to, and that's because there's an element that's not in balance here. There's something that isn't fully a union. I hope that makes sense. Let's see what the challenge is with this. So what is your challenge right now? Okay, your challenge right now is that you are in the middle of a transition, and it's like a pull towards calmer waters. It's a pull towards something that's more in line with that higher vibration that you want to raise, okay? But there's also this need, you will need to leave behind something, some baggage. You're going to need to leave behind something from the past in order to make this transition into these calmer waters. And sometimes when we've always known one way, it's difficult to make that transition fully because there's always an element of comfort over there, isn't there? And this is the unknown. We don't know what's going to happen over here. It's a bit like having this package in front of you that, you know, it's very easy to unveil it, but you're afraid to unveil it because you don't know what it's going to bring, what it's going to mean. So it's almost like you are ready. You've got everything you need to take this journey to these calmer waters, to see things clearly. But something seems to be holding you back from making that transition, from taking that transition. And again, coming back to that gossip thing, I do feel that this might be to do with people in your life at the moment that it will mean kind of moving away from or letting go of. That's a difficult transition for you. Okay, it could be letting go of a particular job as well. It might not be family, but I've got a strong feeling that it is about people who have been in your life for some time and knowing that you need to sort of move away from that in order to raise that vibration. Like we said about the fruit bowl, you know, it's not that you're saying that there's anything wrong with anybody, or it's all about them and you're blaming them. It's just about, this is where I'm at right now and I'm raising my vibration. This is why we get the no, it hasn't come out, has it? Like a hermit sort of energy at times. You may feel a need to be on your own sometimes and separate yourself from other people. So let's see what you need to focus on at this time. What do you need to focus on right now? Okay, so the Four of Swords, this is about feeling an energy of recovery. There's healing that is happening right now. So they're asking you to really focus on yourself at this time. Allow this healing to happen. Allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to just, yeah. Again, can you see on that picture, it looks like those swords are under a veil. Something is in need of being revealed. You're in preparation for revealing some truth within yourself, I feel. But right now, it's being held back. And there is an opportunity in the not too distant future. But right now, your focus should be on healing. Right now, this focus is on about rest and contemplation. And that's going to bring you to a point of being prepared for the next part of your journey, okay? You already know that this is the challenge, is like you're preparing for this transition and you know it's going to be a difficult journey, and that's why you need rest at this time, okay? So what is it that you need to leave behind? What do we need to leave behind at this time? I feel somebody that's going from like quite a limited belief way of thinking to actually quite a broader way of thinking now. It's like you're expanding your horizons. Okay, so leaving behind, it says the Knight of Swords. So this could be where in the past you've made hasty decisions, where you've kind of run at things with a real sort of like everything has to be yesterday. It has to be fast. And that sometimes comes from our ego need rather than a soul need, because it's like it wants to sort of, it feels like I'm gonna miss out on something. If I don't take a chance now, an opportunity now, I'm gonna miss out on it. This isn't gonna serve me well. Now that came out with another card. No way. Like I said, judgment. I was talking about that one before, didn't I? So this is about, you know, awakening that realization within you. It is time to let go of doubt, of masks. There's another one that fell out there as well. So this is asking you to let go of any self-doubt. I feel like you're judging yourself quite harshly as well at the moment, and that's why it's like you feel rushed to make a decision at this time, because there's a fear of missing out on an opportunity. Like something's going to happen if you don't rush at this right now. But if we look at this, I mean, this just flew out. I didn't even know it was there. 7 of Pentacles. What this is talking about is you've put work into something, and you are already reaping the rewards for that. Okay, so this isn't a time to undo all of that hard work and run at something and rush. This is about actually take some stock of what you've achieved here, of the work that you've done on yourself to raise those vibrations. Okay, where we said about fruit going mouldy in the fruit bowl, this is fruit growing on the tree, and observing and being grateful for what you've already grown so far and nurturing that. Okay, so there is a change in direction, I feel. You are about to change direction, and it's letting go of the self-doubt. It's letting go of any masks or anything that kind of holds you back from allowing that and surrendering to that. Let's see what your strengths are at this time. What is your strength? Okay, so we have your strength at the moment is the Four of Pentacles. So this is your ability to be quite stable, and it's like you are holding on. It's like there's an energy of like, you know, I'm not going to let go at this time. I do see somebody that is holding their cards close to their chest, and what this is stating is that, you know, you are the one that's in control right now. That's your strength. You're in control of how much you show or don't show. Okay. You are the only one that can allow in or not anything that's around you. If you put your mind to something, you know that you can make it happen, and that is your strength. Even if it seems like the odds are, you know, unlikely, you will keep going. There's a stubbornness to you, I feel, that you will keep going, and that is your strength. It may seem like it's been a weakness in the past, or it's been a trait that's caused you problems before, but this isn't you stubbornly holding on in spite. This is you being in control. That is your strength at this time. Being in control. There is an element on that about like finances as well, actually. It's just sort of like being quite careful with what you give out and what you get back in, stuff like that. So it's like, be quite direct with yourself as to what is my intention at this time for myself. You know, say for instance, if you're looking at saving money, don't go and blow out on that big holiday, or, you know, that kind of thing. So what is the future for you on here? What do we have for future? What is your future on here? Okay. Future is coming up as the Page of Pentacles. So this is someone that is making plans. This is plans towards something quite secure and stable as well. So it's like putting roots down almost. There is, in your future, there is a new opportunity and a new beginning on its way. And it's aligned with that higher vibrational energy that you are in. But what they're asking you to do is to believe in yourself with that. Stop doubting. Stop masking your truth and allow yourself to shine, because it's only that really that's holding you back from making that transition and from living your best life. Now, when I said before about, like, you know, don't go making those holiday plans and things like that if your thing is about saving money, I kind of heard there a few people being like, well, I've already booked a holiday, I've already done it, like I've already sort of made some plans in terms of things like that. Now, I'm not telling you that you shouldn't go and do those things. By all means do. But there's something about an opportunity that is there for you at the moment, which will fulfill some expectations. So remember, at the beginning of the reading, this was your current situation, was a desire fulfillment. Okay, there's something that's within you that is a desire fulfillment. And this is your journey right now about being able to feel like you can take a chance on that, rather than feeling like it's a reckless decision. A reckless decision that you can't achieve. Yeah, again, it's like keeping those cards close to your chest, hiding the truth, hiding what is actually really going on there. This is asking you to, like, you know, be fully aware, drop the masks, stand in your power, commit to yourself, regardless of what other people think or say. That's aligning you with those cycles of natural growth, which is that Seven of Pentacles. You know, this is sort of like, if you can let go of this, you know, don't make hasty decisions, plan, strategic, make those plans. But it's about self-realization, drop the doubts. And let's see what your advice is then. So what advice do we have for you at this time? What advice can I give you at this time? Okay, I've got the Empress that just fell out on there. I'm going to get her out, but I'm going to get another one out as well, because I don't know if I just pulled that one out myself. Do we have any more advice with the Empress? So the Empress is about somebody that's kind of like allowing things to come to them, attracting rather than trying to force anything. Okay, this isn't an energy of forcing anything. This is an energy of working on your self-commitment, working on those cycles of growth, and allowing what is meant for you to organically come to you. But there is definitely some need for you to spend that time in nature. There may also be some form of communication as well that needs to take place. Now, this might be that you can expect communication to come to you, but it could also mean that there is a message that you need to send yourself. Now, this can also signify a student, like someone that wants to learn. So I do feel for some of you, this is about you maybe gaining some more information, communicating with somebody that holds that information for you so you can make an informed decision. You're gaining some knowledge here. You're making plans to gather all the information that you need to make that informed decision. So that's why you need to slow down. Don't make any hasty decisions on here. Because at times you can be a little bit restless. And in that restless energy, it's like you want to jump out. But the Empress is kind of like saying, no, we attract. It's okay. You know, this is unconditional, not conditional. And when it's unconditional, it's just allowing that energy to come forward. Okay. It's a time for creative energy, for birthing ideas, for birthing something into your world. Yeah, so that is your advice at this time. It's kind of like, you know, if there's a message to be sent, send it. Or if you're awaiting a message on here, you are going to receive that. But just sit in your power and attract it. Don't go after it. Don't go running out the door looking for it. Be patient. So, I have a cramp in my foot again. So, let's see what's in your environment right now. So, what about your environment at this time? What is going for you on there? What can we tell you about your environment? Okay, we have the Six of Wands. So, at this time, the Six of Wands, this is an energy of somebody that is in the limelight right now. It's like triumph and pride. And you should have a lot of pride in yourself right now because of all of this work that you have done. Where you've got yourself to, raising that vibration, you've had to sort of move yourself from quite a few things in your life. And every now and then I feel like you have a moment where you're like, it would be nice to just go back to that for a bit. But then when you do, you're like, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm going to back over to that. And it's kind of like this energy of not knowing where to connect. So that's why it's stating on here, it's like the connection is between yourself and nature. Bring yourself back to that place, and that's where you will start to attract this higher vibration. And in that high vibration, you are going to be triumphant. You are going to be able to move forward in a way of sort of like, well, it doesn't matter what happens to me at this point, because I feel so good in myself. I don't need to have anything else. But if I do have anything else, it complements me. It doesn't bring me down. It doesn't lower my vibration. So that's what it's saying on there. Is like, you need to be in an energy of gravitating towards things that raise your vibration. You know, people that make you happy, people that support you, people that, or just spaces, places that make you feel good, that make you feel happy. You know, do things for yourself that make you feel good, that raise that vibration and keep it lifted. Let's see what we have for your hopes and fears. What are your hopes and fears at this time, I wonder? What are your hopes and fears? I'm feeling something about a fear of how people are going to respond or react to your new way of being, to this higher vibration. Maybe people aren't recognising you as much because of it, perhaps. Okay, I just saw the Seven of Cups on there. So yeah, I do feel someone's energy of like this, so many different opportunities that you could take, and you're a little bit unsure, uncertain as to which way to go. Okay. Oops, what's that one? Yeah, so Ten of Swords. It's a bit like with that gossip card on there. There's a fear almost of, what are people going to say about me? What are they thinking about me? You know, if I lose these people, or, you know, you're seeing in your mind them talking about you behind your back, and you don't like it, is what I'm feeling from this, is you don't like the idea of that. So every now and then it kind of stops you from moving forward in the way that you want to go. This is that energy of like, you are doubting at this time, like how to move forward, how to go forward with things. But they're asking you to just have the courage, keep moving forward. You've got to keep doing it. Oh, that was the Fool, wasn't it? On there. So, your hopes are this sort of like, it's a very light-hearted energy. Like the Page of Cups kind of like represents your inner child. It's like reaching serendipity and just a real lovely energy. Maybe, you know, with that Knight on there, with that romance kind of thing, is sort of being able to romance your life, being able to sort of feel like everything's great, everything's lovely, everything's fun and exciting. And you do dream about things like that. You dream of that kind of way of being, but it's difficult in your reality to make that transition, is what I'm feeling. You're struggling to make that transition, but you are dreaming about it. There's something in your energy right now that you do keep dreaming about, whether it's daydreaming or actually dreaming. Something is there's a theme that seems to be going on there for you, and you catch yourself doing it and you're like, I'm there again. I am there again. And it's making you wonder, like, why do I keep doing that? Why can't I stop thinking about that? Why can't I stop this? But then on the other side of it is like you're feeling like it's going to be something that defeats you, or if you make this decision, you make these choices, something's going to go wrong. You're going to get stabbed in the back, or there's going to be some form of rejection or betrayal. I do see as your fear on this. It's a bit like feeling like you're an imposter in a way of like, if I choose this, if I go down this route, if I raise my vibrations and I start acting a certain way, there's a thought of like feeling like you're acting up and not being authentic, but actually you are being authentic. And what it is that for a very long time you've had to put masks on. You've had to put masks on to protect your own self. And that's why, you know, this is asking you to go and spend time in nature to bring that union between yourself and nature again, yeah? So that you can clearly see, because like we said before, you're trying to write with a white pen on a white background, so you can't fully see it. Whereas you going out into nature and things, it's going to bring things into a clearer vision for you, a clearer unveiling and realization. That's what they're asking me to tell you. And on the bottom of the deck there, we've got the 10 of Cups. It's a realization about something that is there, possibly in your subconscious, that you are moving towards with these cycles of growth that you've been through, that you're going through. Everything that you're doing right now that's committing to yourself is helping you to understand that more. But it does require a sacrifice of some aspect of your life, which is the difficulty. So let's see what the outcome is on here. Let's see what the outcome is on here. Yeah, okay. We've got the 8 of Cups. So this is about you, like you're leaving behind what was to move into something new. It's definitely been illuminated for you, and I do feel that this is going to be the transition you're going through. You've already started to go through it. You've already started to have a little bit of this realization, but there's more work to be done. And if you don't do the work, it's only going to keep coming for you. You know, if you bury yourself in old patterns that you know aren't working for you anymore and are keeping your vibrations low, you're only going to keep getting your ass kicked until you actually start to realize, like, I know what direction I need to go in now. So we've got the 8 of Cups there, but do we have any other information on this for your outcome? Because we know that it's something that you need to, that you are like leaving behind. But that's not a bad thing. It doesn't feel like it's a negative thing. I don't even feel like you're going to be as sad about it as you think you might be, because you've already started to make that transition. Yeah. You are reweaving your web, if you like, your web of fate. And this is about collaboration. It's about teamwork. And I see you mending something here. The 3 of Pentacles is, it's a beautiful energy of like, I'm hearing somebody saying like, I'm going to put this right. I need to put this right. And when you say those words, it's almost like those words have been said for thousands of years, you know, that they've just been resounding in the universe. And it's almost like the universe is like, I heard that. Let's put it right then. And it shows you, or puts you in front of all the opportunities for you to put it right. But now that sometimes means this self-awareness. It sometimes means looking at things that you don't really feel comfortable looking at, or understanding what sacrifices need to be made in order for that commitment to yourself. And this is a cycle that you're in right now. And it's a cycle that I feel it's not completed yet. You're in the transitional phase of it, and it could be another 6 months or something before you actually fully feel like you've come through the other end. Now, there's going to be times where you're going to feel like, I just want to get off the train. I want to get off the healing train for a bit, which you can. But again, you will just get more and more loud signs and things happening until you start to acknowledge what it is. Okay. So that 9 of Cups that is there could possibly be in your subconscious right now, but you are now becoming aware that there's a desire that you want to fulfill. But there is a feeling of being reckless and a feeling of being hurt, betrayed. But there's also a desire to live a life that you've dreamed, that you've manifested, that you've brought in. Now, I would say that this is something that you are manifesting now, and possibly around November time, you are going to start to, you can look back on this and be like, I'm glad that I made that transition. I'm glad that I didn't go hastily. I'm glad that I looked at myself and I realised I unveiled what was hidden. And I'm glad that I nurtured and saw all the hard work that I've done. There is something that you have grown, that you manifested, that you brought into your life. And if you turn your back on it, those fruits are going to go bad. But this is about you nurturing that. And this is about that change in direction. You've decided, it's sort of like, I've gone as far as I can go with this. It's time for a change. I need to change some aspect of my life here in order for this desire fulfillment. Okay. And this is how you're doing it. I'm going to get one final card. So what is it that you are mending here? What is this person mending at this time? Okay, yeah. So this is a lot to do with you healing wounds from the past. Again, this is that warrior energy. We've got warrior down here as well. Yeah. So strength, skill, discipline, toughness of will. You do have the ability to create the life that you want. There is a desire to collaborate, I feel. There is a desire to be like, right, I'm going to give one more, I'm going to give this one more go. And this is the point where it's like, you've got everything lined up as they need to be. You've got everything that you need with you. And yeah, you're a wounded warrior. You're a wounded soldier. But actually, that's not a bad thing. You take those wounds, you honour them, and you realise, yeah, I've got the strength and the discipline now to be able to move forward. Within these circles of growth, you have recognised, I like this, I don't like this. You know now what direction you want to take, where you want to go. Okay. And your challenge was about that transition, wasn't it? Yeah. So, this is about you understanding this is the way that I need to go, and it is possibly going to take a little bit more work, but ultimately it is healing. That is the outcome on this. It's bringing you a weaving of your Wyrd, your web of Wyrd. This card always reminds me of one of the Wyrd sisters. You've got Wyrd, Ravandi and Skuld, past, present and future. And every time you shift your energy, every time you make a change, every time you make a decision, every time you raise your vibration by doing something that you enjoy, that gives you those tingles through your body, that's like, yeah, that felt good. That felt natural and right. Now, I feel the person in front of me here has a tendency to perhaps numb themselves down because it feels more comfortable. But you actually have a courageous soul, and you do have an ability to achieve what it is that you desire. And we did see that 10 of Cups on the bottom of there. That's like a fulfillment that you are desiring. You know, the Nine of Cups, desire, fulfillment. There is this a little bit of romantic energy to your energy as well, that I feel maybe has been put on the back burner for some time. But it's okay to live your life like that, to allow yourself to feel like, actually, I do want a serendipitous way of living. I do want that. And you are getting really sick of being hurt. You are getting sick of banging your head up against a wall and having similar experiences. But this is asking you to recognise, okay, so you're the fruit that needs to be taken out of that fruit bowl and put into this one over here, or put into the garden, or, just somewhere fresh that's raising that vibration. And that means stepping away from things that are bringing your vibration down. And it's not an easy transition to do that. But that is what you're being guided on. So it's just saying, don't be hasty, just take your time, slow things down. You're not going to miss out on an opportunity. You just need to move through the cycles. Everything you're going through is necessary for your growth at this time. So I will leave your reading there for you, but if you would like to explore this deeper, then please do get in touch. And if you would like a personalised reading, then my details are down in the description box as well. Have a blessed evening.